The question has to be asked. Is Meghan clueless, cruel, stupid, or textbook psychopath? The reason I ask is because you saw in the thumbnail that she is absolutely loving, smiling with those fake veneers that she's got, while standing right next to a parent who's there, who can barely manage to smile because for her it's not a photo op. But I guess she feels obligated to do so because the idiot next to her can't help herself from grinning because all she's thinking of is photo op, photo op. Insanity. How can this woman be allowed any people who are grieving, any people who are true survivors or something horrible? It's beyond me because that's imposing more pain on these people. So let's get into this video because you know I'm angry. City. We can all see it in that lady's face there. I mean, that lady faces it all. It's like, oh my God, do I have to be here? It's like Gabor Mate having buyer's remorse because he got backlash from the grift he was caught doing with Harry. It's not like he didn't know that they were charging because he admits that he knew that that was the deal with it. The problem he has with it is the backlash. Sorry, my producer is being insane. Siri. So now, that's what he regrets. He doesn't regret speaking to Harry. He doesn't regret still insisting that Harry is a victim because he has never really treated Harry. He's going by what Harry wrote in Spare, which we know it's 99.99% lies and 99.99% abuse towards women. Because one thing from that, whatever you want to call it, Spare, is that he hates women. He hates women. He's angry he's not the heir to the throne, and he's married to a skank who pretty much trashed everybody because there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that that was Meghan. There's Meghan all over that book, the way it's written, you know, everything. But we have this beautiful lady here. You can clearly see she's not comfortable doing this. But it's like she has no choice. She feels exploited. I mean, in her mind, there's two different, this picture says it all. This beautiful lady is there grieving the loss of, her loved one. And Meghan Markle's there like basically exploiting it, cashing in, promoting clothing. The next day, and even that very same day, the headlines were about, oh, Meghan flawlessly nails chic with it. I thought that the whole thing was to give a platform to mental health issues or, to the families who have suffered a loss. I didn't see one member of the family except the black gentleman who tried to shake Harry's hand, and Meghan cut it right in just so she can get a photo up for that skanky website that they have. Now, if they are so against social media, why do they even bother to have a website? Because that website is propaganda, just the great things, how great they are. But not they, Meghan. Not they, Meghan.
It all started like before the wedding when I was getting harassed by the paparazzi, and I found somebody to help me reach out to the palace, and the response I got from Meghan's people were distant family, and she doesn't know those people. Those people.
Wow.
And I've gotten death threats. I've gotten we've got little text and emails where somebody's going to give my dad a lethal injection. Just there's some freaking psychos out there.
Yeah, that was Tom Markle. We did an interview with him yesterday. Talk about mental health. How much his father, she caused her father's heart attack. There's no two ways about it. Stress is not a good thing for anybody. God knows, I know, I have lupus, and stress increases my lupus attacks and stuff like that. But Meghan Markle was talking to her father on a daily basis. Then she demanded he disown 2 children. Can you imagine the emotional stress she placed on Mr. Markle, asking him to disown 2 of his children? Can you imagine that? Without any regards, and because he didn't do it, the very next day, her own father, daddy, disown. Not even bother to go. You know, Carson, Daly, shame on you. Why didn't you ask about her father? How's your father doing, Meghan? How's your disabled sister doing, Meghan? How's Thomas Markle Jr. doing, Meghan? Now that you've broken down their family, because let's not forget that Meghan Sparkle is patented by Meghan Markle. And like he says, please go watch the live we did yesterday, because there's a lot of information disclosed that Meghan Sparkle was patented by Meghan Markle. And in her Sussex Royal, which is still up, by the way, she has Thomas Markle's 2 kids listed as family members, you know. And it's funny because one of them has a very thriving business who went from like half like 2,000 meters to hundreds of acres dedicated. It's from the green stuff, by the way. Maybe he's Harry's and Meghan's supplier. Maybe they have that business going that he produces under the brand Meghan Sparkle, which is patented and owned by Meghan Markle for clothing, for everything. Are they the ones selling the green stuff in California? Are they Harry's suppliers? So this insane woman who has trashed her father, she went from talking to her father her entire life, for him supplying for her, providing for her, caring for her, to being ghosted because she imposed an incredibly emotional strain in his mind and his soul and his spirit, which is disown your 2 other children so you can come to my wedding. And this woman is still in the royal website. The pressure here is not to trash Harry and Meghan Markle as much. Yes, I'm going to continue doing that until they're gone. But also to call out Charles. Because he has the power with a click of a button to remove Harry and Meghan Markle from that website. That will send a clear message that they're not working royals. Because you don't have Princess Eugenie. You don't have Beatrice. You don't have Sarah Tindall. Peter Phillips. You don't have non-working member royals of the royal family. That'll make it clear that they're not working members of the royal family. And ask him, demand 2 things: that he orders them not to use the royal titles for any of their public things, only for royal engagements, which will there be none. And demand that the documents showing the doctor's signatures that Meghan gave birth to those children, like the rest of the entire royal family has done, as it is mandatory, all documents must be public and transparent to verify the legitimacy of those 2 children in the line of succession. And Harry and Meghan should be given the option that either you produce those documents or those kids are off the line of succession, and no titles until those documents are presented to the public as it should be. Yet this crazy, crazy lunatic is allowed to gag children. Carson Daly is a huge hypocrite. You disgust me. Can Charles disgusts me for enabling these 2 idiots to continue exploiting the vulnerable people, because that's what's really happening in the name of the Sussex Royal, by the way, because they do it using the Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles, interfering in politics. Not even now even Australia. Australia is on the brink of actually wanting to become independent. So Meghan and Harry are helping Australia to become independent from the UK, from no longer being part neither of the Commonwealth nor part of the realms of the United Kingdom. Why are they interfering in Australia? What the fuck are they doing in Australia? I'm sorry, because I'm very angry about this. Because when I see this beautiful lady here being exploited, and you can see the pain in her face, and you can see this idiot there exploiting this poor lady, and being allowed to do that, and then the headlines the next day, or even that very same afternoon, it's all about her outfit, not about the story of the parents, that they were supposed to lend their platform to do their thing. So is this woman crazy or psychopathic? If you like my video, yes, I'm ranting a little. If you like my video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, buy the merch. You know, as I told you yesterday, over 51% of you guys who watch my videos don't subscribe. So please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100,000 for my birthday by November 16th. Hey, nothing is impossible. So give a click, like, share, subscribe, you know. Help the girl. And buy the merch. I got new merch. I hope you like it. They're really, really pretty. So I have a new merch too. And thanks for the super chats and the PayPal donations. And I'll see you later for my members live. Thank you.
So I'll be the frequent flyer, not my lunch. The more you know.
Thank you to Meghan Small for putting that. This is a commercial that Meghan Markle did about food and traveling. And she's right, the more you know. And then the picture that you see after that is Mr. Markle, because this is a post from her from the TIG, where she's thanking her father for sending her matzo balls. That's how much Mr. Markle spoiled this woman, cared for her. And we're allowing this woman near vulnerable people when she has absolutely zero idea on how to be nice. Meghan Markle is completely psychotic. I mean, and it's because, unfortunately, she was born that way. There was a predisposition to do that. And the fact that she was indulged, like what for any other child, normal child would have been, I spoil my son a lot. Not spoil, but I pamper him, But my son is not a narcissistic pig like Meghan Markle is. There's a big difference. So she has already a genetic or something in her DNA wired in the way that it's all about her. Why is this woman being allowed to do this? So I ask you, beautiful people, to put pressure right to Parliament. I got somebody who sent me a petition. It's change.org, but I don't know if that's the UK parliamentary petition. Can you please answer that? Because if it is, then I'll post it. But change.org, I don't think it's parliamentary petition. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because it's actually spot on. You need to demand from Parliament that they demand, because it's a constitutional monarchy. Don't forget that Charles is not an absolute king. He can be removed from the throne. I know people say you can't. Go back to the Royal UK website and you'll see that he can be the throne if it's not fulfilling his duties. He can be replaced. Who knew? I'm telling you now, go to the website, look it up. He can be replaced. I actually did a video about this. So demand Parliament to start an act, to create an act of how the royal titles are used, who should use them, and to bring back the law retroactively to Meghan Markle that the documents must be made public in order for the children to be in the line of succession. They can regulate because it's a constitutional monarchy. That's the pressure you have to put. Start the petition, and don't, because, and we will promote it, but it has to be a UK parliamentary petition. Okay, so yeah, this woman here, Carson, Daly, all the magazines, Vanity Fair, why aren't you focusing on what was Mental Health Day? I thought the platform, because it's all said there that Meghan Markle's Archewell is lending the platform for the grieving parents. I didn't hear any grieving parents, only two morons. One talking about farmers being ignorant with ostrich boots, and the other one grinning like I have two children in front of grieving parents who've lost theirs. Okay? This was an embarrassing thing, and it basically detracts from everything, a lot of what Catherine and William are doing. And this is because Charles wants it to be this way. I think it's time for us to put our foot down and start right. If I were in the United Kingdom, a citizen or a resident, I would start that petition, but I am not. So if you do that, please, it's time to put a stop to these people, because right now they're only escalating the abuse. This woman is insane. She's literally insane, but not that she doesn't know what she's doing. She's a psychopath, a narcissistic, very malignant psychopath. Narcissism is one of the mild symptoms from Meghan Markle. And she's with that British Forrest Gump that's an idiot. I mean, what do you guys think?